y'all, where are the men? I love us women, but like I'm tired of going to events and it's like a million and one girls and there's like two men in the corner. Like, men, y'all don't want to leave your houses no more? What y'all doing? Y'all, we say we over the apps, but y'all sure not outside.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm 27 years old. I live in Chicago and I'm going to the singles event so you don't have to. And yes, I did just get back from my second singles event of the week. I went to one at Recess last Thursday and tonight was at King of Cups in Lincoln Park. No one can say I'm not trying because your girl is putting herself out there. And I did like this one much more than Recess. I think King of Cups was a much better venue because it was so obvious that everyone there was there for the event. At Recess, it was a little difficult because it's such a big bar. Some people were just there for post-work drinks. But I met some really cool girls. I met some fun guys. Charlie recognized me from my TikTok, so shout out Charlie. I met a guy from Lebanon. I met a guy from Ukraine. Did I leave feeling like I had fireworks? No, but still cool to meet some fun people. And I always like to support a woman who's hosting these events. So Ashley, you crushed it, and go to Thursday dating events.
So I've been seeing these videos about men not showing up to these singles events, and I wanted to give my 2 cents. I think the main reason we have a problem with men not showing up to these events has to do with marketing. You're not marketing towards the men. The men that you want to show up to these events aren't showing up because you're not marketing towards them. You're marketing towards women. You got the women showing up. Now you need to cater it towards getting the men in there. I think all of this is a result to the club kind of like business model. If you have a club and you want to get guys to spend money, you invite a bunch of women. Let women get in free, guys will show up, spend money at the bar, pay to get in, buy girls drinks, things like that. Now this is a little bit different though. We have singles events. Women are going to these events trying to find guys. So the dynamic is literally switched. So you can't rely on the old business model of women get in and men will follow because it's not that same dynamic. I think also you need to kind of like tailor the event to appeal more to men. You know what I'm saying? If you got a singles event and it's a flyer with pretty flowers and hearts and stuff like that, a bunch of guys not going to show up to that event because it looks like something specifically for women. It's like asking why young boys aren't getting Barbie dolls. It's not going to work.
The guys have made it in and they got to just pick wherever they wanted to sit and who they wanted to start dating, and I'm alone. So many girls. Well, I know we're all like, so the guys paid to be here. That's what's weird. And there's a lot more girls than guys, so that's weird. And it's not a situation of like where you date everyone and you just say yes or no or something, and then at the end, if you both said yes to each other, you hang out later. You ask to match right away, and you like give the person like your QR code, and then you just like basically ask to match with them. Like they were saying like, ladies, you should initiate. Like, guys love when you initiate. I'm sorry, what? And once you match with someone, you go next door and there's like an open bar and you all hang out. So they're like, we're really encouraging you to match. And I'm like, well, I'll match for an open bar, but I'm not gonna match. Like, I don't know, it just like doesn't really make any fucking sense. But there's so many girls here, everyone's so pretty, but the vibes are a little weird.
Went to a singles mixer, and only women showed up. Where y'all at? All them ladies. I love the ladies. Send me the addy. I'm gonna slide on you. Cause I ain't see a man in sight. What's going on down there? Where you at? Where you at? Where the guys at? I know it ain't that hard out there. I know it ain't getting on y'all. I know that's cap. I know it's cap.
So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
Part 2 of me going solo to a singles event in the Uber. Live updates to come, stay tuned. Okay, I made it. I found another solo adventure alone. Met a new friend. What's your name?
Bryce.
What are your thoughts about this event? Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Probably 8.
And meeting me. Scale of 1 to 10.
Now it's like a 50.
Pros and cons of this event.
Pros was the people are super fun, interesting. It's just like a great environment. Cons, people don't know how to talk to girls. Miami is terrible dating. I can go on, yes. But we wanna outlive the pros. So yes. The pros, it's a great night.
Made it home safe and sound, guys. First reflection, I met other people who showed up solo, which shows that if I can do it and they can do it, you can do it. Second, that guy in the video got my number. That's a success. To me, successful night overall.
What are the odds people would want to do like what they used to call a singles mixer, where we all have a designated time to meet, and if you're single, show up. Say it's at the Jones downtown or at the Barcade if you got a dog, and everybody and their brother come, or just walk around the park. People that are serious about finding somebody, because we're all complaining about not having, like, it's being so hard to meet somebody because you're either working virtual or you're working and you've already been through your coworkers, nothing good is there, your workout classes, there's nobody, whatever. So what are the odds Oklahoma City people would want to put this out there and everybody just meet on a designated evening once a week? Sunday, whatever, Sunday afternoon. Most people are free. Just go cruise the park. It's nice. It's about to be springtime. It's about to be summer. It's about to warm up. We can get footballs, play football, catch, whatever. Just walk around. But if you're in, let me know. I'll set it up. Do like a little Facebook group. Whatever. I don't know. But there's got to be something different than waltzing the aisles of Home Depot and guys waltzing the aisles of Target, Hobby Lobby, Marshalls, all the things. Anyways, so if that seems like a good idea to you, let me know in the comments. I'll set it up.
Note to friends, if you see any more advertisements for singles mixers, singles events, matchmaker, speed dating, any of these type of events going forward, please refrain from sending me any more of those links. Please and thank you. So I'm going to tell you guys why I'm opting out of any more singles events whatsoever. So a few months back, one of my friends sends me a link to a singles like mixer event. It's by Jigsaw. Some of you guys may have seen those advertisements because I believe they do them in various cities. I am located in St. Louis, Missouri. It was going to be held at a local brewery not far from my house. So I thought, yeah, let's give it a try. It's been a while since I've been to a singles event. So that Saturday, the day of the event, I'm up, ready to go. I shower, get dressed. I have on a nice brown dress. It's fit me perfect. And I got on my jewelry, you know, all my stuff on. Got my hair done, everything. Smelling good, perfume, the whole bit. Which I thought was an interesting venue to have for an event like this, simply because breweries typically have beer only, at least the ones that I've been to. So I thought that was kind of an interesting space. But I'd already bought the ticket, so here I am. I get to the event, and ladies, you guessed it. I guess it's the same everywhere you go. Obviously, the women outweigh the men. It was probably maybe 8 guys, and there was about 20 women. Out of all of those men, only 2 of them were black. One came in like a track outfit, which kind of disqualified him for me because I felt like I put a lot of time and effort into getting ready and making sure I looked good. He looked like he had just came from an errand. So for me, right away, I was uninterested in him. The other gentleman was a much older gentleman, and I'd honestly say probably early 60s, if not, you know, late 50s, But he was dressed well. He had on a nice blazer, nice slacks, nice shoes. You know, he looked nice. Here's the big thing that I didn't like about the event. If you've been to any Jigsaw event, I don't know what your experience has been, but for ours, we stood around awkwardly just looking around and waiting for the host who was supposed to be there with games and icebreakers and things like that that would make it easier for us to mix and mingle with one another. We kept waiting, and everyone that came in, we're expecting this person to be the host, and it would just be another person who was attending the event. 40 minutes literally goes by, and some lady comes in stating that she's the host, but said that she got called in last minute and she didn't have any of the supplies. She had no games, no icebreakers, no nothing. So essentially, she tells us to just keep doing what we're doing. So everybody's trying to find ways to like talk and get to know one another. So we're asking each other questions. And to be honest with you, I really just didn't feel like anyone out of the crowd I felt a true connection with. Now, mind you, the older gentleman was actually sitting off at a table by himself. Everyone else was kind of sitting around one or two tables. I was kind of making my rounds with the women because it was obviously way more women than it was men. So as I'm making my way around the table and talking to different ladies, the older gentleman comes over to me and he asks if I'd like to join him at his table. That's really nice of him. You know, in most cases, men are a little uncomfortable coming up to a woman to, you know, attempt to talk to her, especially when she's surrounded by other women. So I really thought that was dope that he was willing to do that. So I quickly finish up my conversation with the lady that I'm speaking to, and I go over to the table to join him. He asked me that I want something to drink. Again, because they didn't have wine or anything else, they only served beer, and I don't drink beer. I declined the drink, but I told him that I appreciated the offer. So we begin to talk. He begins, you know, asking a couple questions. I begin asking him questions. And before I could get comfortable with this conversation, it takes a turn. Within 5 minutes, this man is telling me about like all of his issues, all of his problems, how a lot of people, including his mother, thinks that, you know, he's a little overbearing and that the way that he communicates is a little harsh and that he doesn't know how to talk to people. He also starts to tell me how him and his daughter have this like really tumultuous relationship and they haven't gotten along in quite some time. And at this current time, they are actually not on speaking terms. I don't remember exactly how old his daughter was. I want to say she was maybe somewhere between 12 and 14. I do remember she was a teenager, but a young teenager. He's telling me how her mom has filled her head with all these different things and all these terrible things about him, and that's the reason why they don't have a great relationship. And he proceeds to tell me how he thinks she should be the one to come to him and try to make amends and get them two on the same page again, which I thought was odd. As old as you are, you're expecting a child, teenager or not, but a child to come and mend a relationship with you as the parent. So obviously we are already at red flag number 2. So at this point, I already know where this is going and I don't choose to go with it. So I excuse myself, I go to the bathroom, I text one of my friends, and at first I'm going to have one of my friends text me to try to get me out of this situation or call me. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to be an adult about this. I'm not going to make up any reason why I have to leave. I'm simply just going to tell him that I have to go. So I get myself together, I go back out to the table and I'm like, hey, you know, I appreciate the conversation. It's been nice getting to know you, but I need to go ahead and get out of here. So he then asked me, well, hey, do you think that we can exchange numbers? I told him, unfortunately, I'd rather not. Although I enjoyed getting to know you and all that, I don't really feel that there's a romantic connection. So I'd have to decline to give you my number. I'm surprised he actually takes this well. He says, okay, that's fine. As I'm gathering my purse and getting ready to walk away from the table, he asks, hey, can I get a picture? I'm like, get a picture? And he's like, yeah. So I'm standing just a little ways away from the table, not very far, but I'm confused in a moment. I don't know if he wants me to take a picture with him or he wants to take a picture of me. Either way, I thought it was weird because all we had was this quick conversation and encounter at this event. I'm telling you that I don't want to exchange numbers, so I don't really know why you'd want to leave from this event with a picture of me. But against my own best judgment, I agreed to take the picture. So since I'm standing a little ways away, I just kind of smile and pose to take the picture. And he says, oh, you want to take the picture alone? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't really want to take the picture at all. But I'm just trying to be nice and oblige your request. So I say, oh, you want to take a picture with me? And he's like, yeah, let's take a picture together. So again, I don't really want to do this, but against my better judgment, I stand a little bit closer to him. He holds the phone out. He takes the picture of us. I walk away thinking like, well, that was odd. Why would he want to take a picture with me if we're not exchanging numbers? So I quickly shake his hand and I get the heck out of there. Later on, I'm at home watching TV, just flicking through the channels. And someone that I know, not necessarily well, but we're Facebook friends, she reaches out to me through Facebook Messenger and she says, hey girl, is this you? And sends me a picture of me and the guy from the dating event earlier in the day. I was immediately mortified. I said, where did you get this picture? And she's like, oh, I followed this guy on Facebook. He posted this picture along with a picture of him at his home by himself. And when he posted both of those pictures, he said that he went out on a date or something and he had a good time. I'm like, what? Is that what people are really doing nowadays? Like, has it gotten that bad where we have to put on this facade that we went on a date with someone? Going to a singles dating event and going on the date is two different things. And at that moment is when I realized how me being nice worked completely against me. Because why would this man go and post this picture like me and him were booed up? Like me and him went on an actual date? I was like, what the heck? Like, why are people this weird? So I ended up telling one of my peoples about it and they're like, what? Like, they end up actually reaching out to him and asking him to take down the picture. And do you know this guy argued her up and down? He said he wasn't going to take the picture down and even tried spewing like different insults at her because she came at him asking him to take the picture down. And I was like, for one, and what a bullet I dodged there, right? But for two, why are people this weird? So needless to say, you will not see me at any more singles events, singles mixers, single networking event, speed dating. I don't care what it is. If it has singles in the title of it, I don't want to go.